Hello and welcome to my presentation for the final year project. My name is Al Hussein and today we're going to explore a stride framework assessment of UAS operational security posture using the Parrot AR drone. We're going to introduce the vulnerability of the Parrot AR drone. The Parrot AR drone operates using an open Wi-Fi network in which the block of MAC address owned by the manufacturer have no encryption or authentication set in place. Since communication relies on MAC address for identification, it's possible for attackers to brute force and transmit de-authentication packets on the drone network and target the MAC address. Since the filter is very easily tricked and could be spoofed by the de-authentication packets easily, so because the monitoring mode, the advanced technologies that has been developed will be able to easily detect and exploit them. The purpose and motivation. So the drone technology have become one of the most popular research projects in both academic and industrial topics. According to the Drone Market Report 2020 estimate, global UAV market value is projected to surge from 15.8 billions over to 30 billions between 2020 and 2025. Since that already 3 years has happened before, so a lot of actually development has took place. So this growth in development, of course, has raised concerns as the security attacks have been emerging and becoming more sophisticated. So that will be in parallel with this development, since the malicious actors are also have been equipped and understand about this knowledgement as it's been gets developed. So let's explore that further. So we have the laws in the UK. Okay, if we want to just fly and gather our phones for testing, we just have to adhere to the rules. You couldn't just imagine that we could just fly wherever we want, wherever we could do. It's just gonna be so chaos, and could also has hazards and risks of harming some people playing on park or whatsoever. So this is, for example, here as we have see, for example, if the drone weighs more than 20 kilograms, you need to obtain a license for that, and sometimes you need to seek explicit permission from the Civil Aviation Authority, and they need to register the drone. A lot of kind of paperworks and things that we have to do. But this is the main overall rules that we should adhere to for the safety of others and for ourselves, just to stay at the right side. So, as an ethical considerations for us as a pen testers, we have to adhere on the rules more than anyone else. We have to be responsible. We have to keep our eyes on drone all side during all the time. Learn to fly your drone. If you don't, try to practice. You don't want to have to try to do something fun with something that you don't really know how to just manage. So keep your distance with it and be careful. So this is the Parrot drone specification. Let's just jump into it. So it operates on Linux 2.2.32, and all these other specifications such as the video transmission and the USB on board. Using a flash drive, you could actually take the videos and the image into the drone to upload them. And also we have the ultrasonic altimeter for heights, getting to be careful from collapse and whatsoever. You have the ultrasonic altimeter just to keep there's the tone that's gonna ring if something is just crucial that's gonna hit the drone or something. It's just gonna beeps up to you and ring just to detect if it's going to collapse or something with the impact. So this is the methodology. The research approach will involve a quantitative method based on rigorous testing and analyzing the whole procedures and steps that we have done. And we've been taking this approach to gain actionable insights, to see what has went wrong, and to figure out another ways to try. For example, the configurations, setting up the virtual machine, making sure that the network is set. And eventually, we need the stride to further analyze the vulnerabilities that we have, making sure that we cover everything. So the general methodology is going to be based off information gathering on vulnerability using the alpha wireless adapter, since it's network kind of based knowledge that we need to take. And the exploitation, we need how we will articulate our exploits and how to point out to the designated files so that we will be able to control the drone more flexibly. And then post exploitation is based on when we're successfully implemented the link between these two files so that they will be generated and executed according to their priority. Of course, there is nothing more priority than de-authentication, since as we do that, we could have the post exploitation by emitting the control commands through JavaScript. So we will figure that further. So this is the method. Let's go forward. This is the implementation using the Linux virtual machine. This is my laptop, and this is the alpha wireless adapter. We will be able to implement it in the monitor mode to seek all the wireless at our range, and we will be able to see the coordinations, and we could filter the drone to see all the packets that runs into it. So this is the drone, the flight app interface. This is how we control it from our from the user's perspective. Of course, we're gonna use it just normally, and then if we're gonna hack it on this screen, we're gonna find that the control link unavailable since the authentication took place. So this is how it's gonna happen. Using skyjack 627, we will be able to de-authenticate the drone. This is what happens. The exploit has instructions as it's been filtering on the MAC address of the Parrot drone and the user to take over and block the main controller from the drone and point the drone control J as soon as the authentication set place and it's already in through the Parrot system. Control execution will be executed accordingly, and it takes about approximately 22 seconds for the de-authentication packets to disconnect and hit the drone. So we're gonna play a video right now to demonstrate the hack.
Don't worry, he'll pick it up. He'll pick it up. His phone microphones are quite powerful, actually.
Okay. Alright, so let's just, before we take off, it's already in here.
Yeah, it's shooting.
Alright, so welcome back here. My name is Al Hussein. I have a friend here, Suleiman, and I'm going to demonstrate the exploitation of the vulnerable Parrot AR.drone. So first of all, you are Suleiman acting here as the actual user of the drone, or we could see the gamer. And I'm acting as the malicious actor. So now we will start by taking off the drone and execute the normal operations as it's meant to do. Alright, we're gonna we're gonna hover up and we're gonna hover down. We're gonna move the drone clockwise and anti-clockwise. Make that everything normal is set. So now what happens that I'm going to execute an exploit from my Linux machine. I'm putting the password. You keep just doing the motion. So now I'm running in monitor mode. As soon as my alpha adapter is identifying all the information of the network of this Parrot, I'm deploying my exploit based on the information that I have, and then it executes right now. The drone control phase is executing right now, and the control link is not available or still?
Yeah, it isn't available anymore, I think.
Yep. Now the drone is executing the control.
So you can see, I am not in control, and the drone is piloting itself.
now is landing again. As the denial of service has been through the drone, he's not able. So, since let's just go to the time we have. So this is what happens, and after the de-authentication, the exploits points to the file of drone pwn.js. It's been used through the node modules. It's also through the node.js, which is a set of node modules that's been equipped and have been uploaded from the library to integrate the protocols of the AR drone. And this has helped to facilitate our process much way easier, and of course it won't happen without it. And this is all the control phases that has happened before: clockwise, anti-clockwise, stop for 5 seconds, and then perform another clockwise. The minus here is the anti-clockwise then, which is going to be associated with landing. So this is the Nmap port scan, the interesting scans after we have performed the operations, because before we do that, it just was closed. All the 1000 ports was closed, but now we have 3 open ports where we could use telnet to move further and explore them. So this is the whole operating system is exposed, and we can tamper and modify all the important configuration files and access to the system logs. So if we could see here the pairing.sh up, the setup, this command is the only lone security measure. As you could say, also we have remember the 80 commands, all of the program.elf. So however, let's continue. The pairing will be activated or deactivated through the app by utilizing 80 commands. So these 80 commands establishing a value of the configuration parameter. It's something that adheres to the MAC. Do you see the long digit number of MAC sets to 0? This is something to on off. Sets to on, it's getting back to reset to the main MAC value. So this is what exactly happens. Providing the value, the drone proceeds to execute the script. This is the script where it pairs and pair on and pair off, which is a very, very limited, and it doesn't have any sanitization and resolve the execution of post concatenation with shell, as we've been having right now, root shell. The pairing security measure does not only show a lack of significant security requirement, but it additionally introduces a command injection vulnerability with full root privilege, as we see. So this is here the FTP connection. We managed to get the the images and whatsoever. We will be able to see them here. Anything that has been sent from the drone to the phone, apart from videos and whatsoever, need to be stored from the drone on purpose to be sent to the controller. It will be appearing here if there's some. And this is the drone integration, okay, with the Stride threat model. So this is all the security impact that has happened. So we couldn't say that there is any meaningful security, but we will say the MAC address has been spoofed, and using telnet. And after we have done the scanning, we revealed whole sensitive directories for the drone operating system. And we managed also to use FTP to access the data video, as we could see. Denial of service, we denied the main owner of the drone from using it. So it is, of course, that de-authentication is a type of denial attack, but also we cannot forget that the main spoofing was conducted in the MAC. We could have a dye-merge kind of attacks, and this is a common thing that happens in cyber threats and cyber attacks with the various types of system. So the escalation of privilege execution of the control command, since there is nothing has prevented me, there is no encryption, nothing has went through my way, at least after I have exploited. So this tells me that the vulnerabilities is associating me with another vulnerabilities that I was just hacking all the way through. So Thank you for watching, and hopefully that I didn't take that long, and hopefully that you enjoyed. And thank you very much. This is the end.